Screw you, Rotten Tomatoes. This movie was awesome.
Lasers, 'cause I like sci-fi. Dude is 'cause I am a rat guy. 99 is 'cause I like Wayne Gretzky. That's why I'm lazy to 99. I'm a Batman fan, and I'm a Canadian man. I do top 10 lists, and I ketchup chips.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another Lazy Dude 99 review. So, I'm reviewing the new Green Lantern movie. Yes, sirree, the movie is out, and it's been getting punched in the face. It's like been getting such low ratings here, and it worried me, really. I was actually worried going into this film, saying, oh man, they're gonna mess it up. They messed it up. They're gonna... Oh, how could they have messed this up? It looks so good. Jeff Johns said it was bad. It was good. Jeff Johns said it was good. Everyone seemed to like it. Why is this getting such low? And then I'm in it. I'm in the theater, sitting there watching it, and I'm going, are you still enjoying yourself? Yeah. Oh. Half hour later? Are you still enjoying yourself? Yeah. Huh. By the time the movie was over, did you enjoy yourself? Yeah! So, okay, let me just go through the basic story of it in general. It's the basic story of Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is a reckless pilot, and one day he is given this ring by a dying alien. Now, the reason in this movie that the Abin Sur, the alien, is dying is because he was attacked by Parallax, and he was injured in the fight. Parallax in this is a little bit different, but I'll get into that later. So he gives Hal Jordan the ring, and he becomes the new Green Lantern, the first human ever to become so. Hal Jordan then travels to the planet Oa, and he gets trained as a Green Lantern. He meets Sinestro, he meets a whole bunch of other Green Lanterns, and then he has to come back. He does some stuff with Carol Ferris, his kind of girlfriend, and in the meantime, Hector Hammond analyzes the body of Abin Sur, and Abin Sur's body still has a little bit of radiation from Parallax that goes into Hector Hammond and infects him and gives him the power of mind reading and telekinesis. So then Hal Jordan has to come to grips and fight Parallax. So for anyone who doesn't know, which probably is a lot of people, the Green Lantern ring can basically make anything your mind thinks of. Anything your mind wants to will into existence, it can make. So if you think, I want to make those two round ball spinny thingies. Oh look, here it is. Oh, these things are always so hard to do. No. No. Darn it. Screw that. Anyway, so I have no idea why people are bashing this film. Let's just start with Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, as Hal Jordan. So, I liked him as this. It wasn't maybe the perfect portrayal of Hal Jordan because it's not like how he is now, but this is him starting out, so he's not exactly like the Hal Jordan we know in the comics. He's a little bit different, a little bit more, not as experienced, not as, what's the word I'm looking for? He's not as brash. He's still facing his fears and overcoming stuff. And of course, that is something that is really played on the film. I thought this film was a really put together film. It was really well tight. A couple of the lines were a little hokey. But that's only because of the material that it's using. Not saying that the comics are hokey, but, it's hard to portray something that can be treated so seriously in comic books and take it to a live-action screen and have it treated with the same sincerity. So, Ryan Reynolds was a really good Hal Jordan. I felt for his character. He was funny. He was, I bought his motivations. I bought him as a character. It was definitely a good performance. Blake Lively as Carol Ferris. She was fine. I don't have any problems with her. And she and Hal actually have chemistry. Unlike Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth and Thor, they didn't really have much of a chemistry to each other. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have a chemistry. Their characters feel like they've known each other for a long time. They even say that they used to date, but they have to grow with each other as characters, and it's pretty good. Mark Strong as Sinestro. Even though he didn't get as much screen time as I would have hoped, he still played a pretty good and stern Sinestro. If there's anything that I didn't really like would be the Guardians. I don't know, it's just they had this kind of like clear part of the top of their head. I didn't really like that. I'm like, what on earth is that there for? Just the clear part that's doesn't look anything like the comic books Guardians. They're just blue-headed characters. What's with the clear dome? Anyway. And they have like extremely long robes. I mean, like, the robes is longer than Spawn's cape. I'm just saying. So, yeah, that was a little odd. The Guardians, I didn't think were portrayed that well. I think they could have been portrayed better. Parallax in here, it's different. They changed it around. Instead of him being the living entity of fear, as he is in comic books, I guess they probably figured that's just going to be too hard to explain. People are going to get confused. So they had a Guardian be infused kind of with the yellow energy of fear, and he became this humongous, dangerous being known as Parallax, which is why he doesn't look like a bug. He looks like his face is like a Guardian, kind of. So, it's a little bit of a change, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess, because Parallax wasn't really much of a character as much as a thing anyway. Let's just talk about some of the stuff that's kind of bad with this. The mask. I'm just going to say the mask, like the suit, let me say, the suit looks really good when it's farther away, it's not a close-up, and in the end battle, the final battle sequences, even the mask looked fine there, because his face was, I don't know, I just thought it looked better than the rest of the film. But yeah, there's sometimes the mask looks a little plastic, and it looks a little weird, and I just think they should have probably spent a little more time on that. But they'll fix it in the sequel. I can almost guarantee the mask will look fine in the sequel. Also, the thing that kind of bugged me, the other alien Green Lanterns didn't get really much screen time. I mean, Tomar Ray introduces Hal Jordan to go to Oa. Sinestro's in there for probably the most out of all the other aliens to show, his stuff and show who he is. And Kilowog, he trains Hal Jordan for a day. That's kind of a big problem for me. I think it should have been like a couple of weeks. At least that's what it says in Green Lantern Rebirth. He trains for a couple of weeks, or he loses track of time. I think that should have gone for here too. I know they couldn't really do it that way. It wasn't the right time span for it, but I just think that he should have been training for a while. Also, there's a point in it where Hal says, "I quit. I can't do this." But he still leaves with the ring, and he keeps the ring. I think that if he officially quit, they would take the ring and have it scan for another replacement. But he keeps it, and then he still uses it to save people. But I don't know, maybe they just... I think it would have been better if he didn't say, "I quit," if he said, "I gotta think if I can do this," or I don't think I can do this," and then he ran off. But if he didn't say, "I quit." So, yeah, there's only one more problem I really have with this film, and that's, there's a scene where this helicopter is crashing into this crowds of people, and Hal Jordan saves Carol Ferris and I guess other people, by kind of making it into a Hot Wheel that makes all these Hot Wheel tracks and has it drive around, and I just think that dragged on too long. I think he could have stopped it quicker without all that flashiness to him. Maybe he was just showing off. That is part of Hal Jordan's character, but if he lost focus, he could have accidentally dropped it on someone. So I don't know, I just think that scene kind of went on a little bit too long. I like how Hal Jordan isn't a character in this film that saves everyone. There are times where he can't do it and people die, and he doesn't get to save everyone. You know, he has to overcome his fear and overcome his failures, and that's a pretty good part of the film. You know, I think the thing that this isn't a normal superhero film, and that's what I think people aren't getting. The Green Lantern has always been different than any other superhero. He's always been different because it's like an entire universe of sci-fi alien Green Lantern sectors. You know, it's not a typical get powers, fight crime thing. It's be bestowed power and save the universe or stop the intergalactic, you know, that sort of thing. So, one thing I also did like is Sinestro in the end credits. After a little bit in the end credits, you see him put on the yellow ring. I won't go into why they created a yellow ring or anything. But he puts on a yellow ring, you get to see the Sinestro Corps outfit, which looks stinking awesome. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's awesome. But, you know, oh, what was I going to say? Sinestro. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say how, unlike X-Men First Class, where they needed to set up Magneto as the big enemy right away, or at the end of the film, he was the big main bad guy. In here, he's not the big main bad guy. He's still a good guy, but the only thing he's overcome with the lust for more power. And because of that, you know, it's going to corrupt him and make him evil because of his lust for power. I like that. I really do. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I am not sorry. I said I'm sorry for X-Men First Class. I'm not sorry that I like this. I enjoyed myself. I had fun. And you know what? I like it better than Thor. And I liked it better than The Green Hornet. This, so far, is my favorite superhero film of the year, and since I haven't seen any really other films, it's my favorite film of the year so far. I don't get why critics are bashing this so much. I just guess they don't understand the Green Lantern like I do, and some of the ideals that in the Green Lantern comic books, they're cruel and they're really well-founded, and here they just don't get. I don't know. But I'm telling you, if you are a comic book fan, or a Green Lantern fan, or you know what? Just as someone with an open mind, go see the Green Lantern movie. Seriously, you will not be disappointed. Sure, sometimes the effects are a little dull with the mask and the face, but for the most part, they're top-notch. And they're pretty darn good. I don't see why why critics are bashing this so much. My biggest fear, Green Lanterns are supposed to be fearless. Anyway, my biggest fear for this film is that it's not going to do well at the box office, and therefore isn't going to get its sequel, and therefore isn't going to get an truly awesome Hal Jordan versus Sinestro story. That's my biggest fear right now. But you know what? I'm just going to tell you, this Green Lantern movie was a really good ride. Was it perfect? No, but I can see different problems in a lot of other superhero films. Was it one of the best superhero films? Not really. Was it one of the worst? Absolutely not. Was it above average? Totally. So, I think that's all I have to say. Remember, guys... Oh, wait. Where's my laser gun? I need to give this a rating. Alright. Right. I'm going to give the Green Lantern movie 7 out of 10. So remember, guys, I'm LazyDude99, and if I don't like it, it's not worth it. See you around.
Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel. And wait for more coming soon.
We all know how much criticism it's been getting bammed at. It's been getting punched in the... Hey, how's it going?
Great. Take it you liked it?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?